Thank you. The Iran case demonstrates that nefarious foreign actors use cyber means to access valuable research and development, and numerous case studies on China, as was detailed, reveal that human intelligence is used to gain access. And the FBI has recognized two methods, seeding operations and recruitment operations. So could you discuss, any of you, any specific cases that fall into each of these and the methods or means utilized by the foreign agents to access and exfiltrate valuable R&D?
Well, I suspect Dan has a long list of particular cases that he can cite, but I just want to confirm that those methodologies, as well as others, are used systematically by foreign intelligence services, not only on our campuses, but elsewhere in the country, to go after the things that they are interested in. And it isn't casual. Sometimes there's a misunderstanding that how maybe it's just a casual undertaking. That's not the case. That China, for instance, Russia as well, has very sophisticated, which is to say highly developed acquisition strategies for where they're going, the things that they want, how they're going to get them. The cyber opportunities certainly are tremendous now. But old-fashioned espionage is still very much a part of these activities. And what that says to me as a counterintelligence professional is that we have an opportunity. If we can gain the intelligence insights into what they're doing and how they're doing it, then we have the chance to get inside of those operations in order to be able to degrade them or stop them or better protect ourselves. So whether it's cyber operations that would influence our democratic institutions and processes, or whether it's espionage that may be going after our national security secrets or our laboratories, or the research activities on in academia, getting inside of those activities gives us the advantage, and that's where we've been falling short. So,
okay, and are these actors being recruited and then sent to the U.S. to infiltrate in some way, when it's actual people, or are they being recruited by other, here, trying to get, what is the recruitment process when it's human intelligence?
all of the above. Again, it looks at where are the opportunities. So
they're they go for what they want to access first, and they build the plan around that.
So put yourself in their place. So if you are a Chinese government entity that is looking to develop next generation ASAT capability, and you know that these specific kinds of technologies are being the subject of research on particular universities here or in laboratories, what do you want to do? You want to be able to get close to the people who are close to that. You want to find other ways in to try to acquire these technologies, and so you're going to use all of the means at your disposal in order to do that. But it isn't casual. You're very serious about your objectives, and you know that this works quite well. The Russians, the same, used to build in, and probably still do, acquisition of Western technologies into their design plans for weapons systems. They knew they could get it here, and so they would put it there, and it would be part of that planning activity. So that very much is still going on.
Thanks, Mr. Golden.
I could speak to this issue a little bit. I could give you any number of cases. They're not always where the government directly sends somebody or recruits somebody. As Michael mentioned, China has these very aggressive brain gain programs that provide incentives for particularly researchers in the U.S. of Chinese descent to come home and with research that they may not have come by honestly. And those programs have not succeeded in recruiting sort of tenured professors at top-notch American institutions. They don't really want to go back to China no matter what the offer is. So they tend to appeal to sort of fringe professors at lesser institutions. Maybe they don't have tenure, and the message to them is kind of don't come home empty-handed. So there's kind of an incentive for them to bring something back. There was a case involving a research assistant at Medical College of Wisconsin, Hua Jun Zhao. He basically, his professor had invented kind of a cancer-fighting compound, and he applied for one of these brain gain programs saying that he was the inventor, and the application he sent was basically a duplicate of a grant proposal that his professor had filed. So there's that kind of case. In the Duke case I mentioned, it's not clear if Rupong Liu was actually working for the Chinese government. More likely, he was on his own, knowing that this would be welcomed when he got home. You know, and in fact, it was. He got heavily subsidized by the government, and he set up a business and an institute. You know, but it's still kind of, you know, theft of American research that he was enterprising enough to go after, essentially.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Comstock. Mr. Baer, for 5 minutes.